Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hello, children, and welcome to part 2 of the nervous system. So, welcome back to Look into Your Brains again. So, in this part of the chapter, we will be completely focusing on the sense organs and various sense organs of our body. So, what exactly are sense organs? We have 5 main sense organs that help us know our surroundings. So, that is the main work of the sense organs, is to realize our surroundings, and they help us in sight, smell, touch, hearing, and taste. So they help us in these 5 things. So therefore, each of these will have one organ, which means we have 5 sense organs. So what are the 5 sense organs that we have? We have the first one, which is the eyes. Then we have our nose. Then we have skin. We have the ears that help us hear, and we have the tongue that help us taste. So we have 5 different sense organs which help us in all of these things that we just discussed, like in seeing, in smelling, in feeling, in hearing, and in tasting. So we'll take each of these and talk about them in detail now. First, we have the eyes. Now, eyes give us a sense of sight. We are able to see because of our eyes. And eyes and brain work together to help us see things. So, it's very important that both our eyes as well as our brain work together to see. If even one of them does not work, we would be unable to see. And it is a sensitive round object which looks like a ball, and it is present within the socket of the skull. Now, if you feel the bones right above your eyes, above and below, it's quite hard, right? That is because that is your skull, and it has a socket into which your eyes sit in. Because it's such a soft object, it needs to be protected. That's why it is protected by the skull. And not just that, even the eyelids are present to protect our eyes from dust. So you have an upper eyelid and a lower eyelid which we keep blinking, right? To make sure that no dusts go into our eyes. And eyes are so marvelous that they can differentiate between colors, they can differentiate between shapes, sizes. Also, we are able to perceive the distance of objects around us with the help of our eyes. So, isn't this a wonderful thing? Let's talk more in detail and discuss about the structure of our eyes now. Now, when we see the structure of the human eye, the human eye has a color region which is called as the iris. So if you see this image right here, this is the iris, which is the colored region of your eyes. Then we have the pupil, which is a black spot right in the center. This black spot allows the light to pass into the eyes. And then right behind the pupil, we have the lens. So this is the lens, and the lens is helping us form images on the retina. Then what is retina? Retina is the innermost layer of the eye which helps in perceiving vision. It has special cells that are sensitive to light and color. So whatever image you see is actually thanks to the retina. And this image that is falling on the retina is sent to the brain through the optic nerve. So the optic nerve is carrying the messages from the eye to the brain, and in the brain these messages are converted and it is telling us what we see. So can you see how beautifully the eyes and the brain work together in unison so that we are able to see? Now let's talk about the next sense organ, the nose. How do we smell things? The minute your mama makes something yummy in the kitchen, you just know it, right? You smell it, and the minute you smell it, my god, the stomach just starts rumbling. That is because the molecules of the substance we smell mix with air. For example, it could be a perfume, it could be the aroma of food, it could be just about anything. They mix with air and they finally reach our nose. It can sometimes be very problematic. Inside the nose, there are nerve endings that are present, and it's because of these nerve endings that we are able to detect different smell of these molecules. And these nerve endings carry the messages to the brain, and then the brain tells us what we are smelling. Suppose your mother is making macaroni and cheese, or she's making your favorite rice and sambar. You just know it because the molecules reach your nose. The nerve endings carry these messages to your brain, and your brain tells you, Mama is cooking something very, very yummy. But if you notice, when your nose is blocked, you're unable to smell anything. When you have a bad cold, you can't even smell anything, right? That is because your nose is blocked and the nerve endings don't get any molecules to take messages from. So this is about the wonder of the nose. Let's talk about the next organ, which is the tongue. Now, when you say tongue has special capacity to detect 4 different types of taste. The 4 different tastes are, it can detect sweet, it can detect salty, it can detect sour taste, and it can detect bitter taste. So these are the regions of the tongue that can detect these 4 different tastes. So this tip of your tongue can detect sweet. Just next to the tip, you can detect salty. Towards the ending, you can detect sour. And far base region of the tongue, you can detect bitter taste. So just try it sometime. Keep sugar here in the tip. You'll be able to say it's sweet. But you keep it anywhere else, you can't really make out that it is sweet, which is quite interesting actually. So in other words, the tongue helps us to taste. And the surface of the tongue has many tiny bumps on it, which is called as the taste buds. So just go to the mirror, pull your tongue out and just look at it. You can see these taste buds, and it's all thanks to them that we can taste. And taste buds have endings of nerves in them, and that is why we're able to taste these 4 different tastes. Without the nerve endings, we wouldn't have been able to taste. And these messages from the nerve endings are sent to the brain. The brain immediately studies these messages and tells us what we are tasting. You know, children, an interesting thing is that we taste so many different things, right? We can differentiate between so many different kinds of food, from chapati to upma to sambar to anything, pizza, burgers. We're able to differentiate different tastes. But if you see, the tongue can taste only 4 types of taste. Then how exactly can we differentiate between french fries and burgers and sambar and rice? That is because our nose also helps out. Without smell, if you try closing your nose and eating something, you can just taste the 4 basic tastes. But you keep your nose open, you smell the food as you eat it, you know exactly what you're eating. So it's not just the tongue, it's the tongue and the nose working together that help us differentiate in different kinds of food substances. So that is something very interesting to think about. Let's move on to the next sense organ. The next sense organ is the ears. When we see the ears, we have 2 ears, one on either side of our head, and it helps us knowing the direction from which the sound is coming. Now, if you see the ear, it is made up of 3 different regions, which we'll be talking about now. The first one is called as the external ear. It's also called as the pinna. So external ear is seen outside. This is the only portion of the ear that you can see outside. The flap that you can feel bend and move, that is the external ear, and it is funnel shaped. The main reason why it is funnel shaped is because it helps in directing all the sound into the ears. Then we have the continuation of the external ear into the middle ear. So we have the middle ear which is present, and middle ear has the eardrum. So if you can see in this image here, this is the eardrum that is there, this region, and this eardrum, the minute it is struck by vibrations of sound, it vibrates like the skin on a musical instrument. Like for example, if you say tabla or mridangam, the minute you hit it, the mridangam or the tabla skin vibrates, right? The same way the eardrum also vibrates, and these vibrations are passed into the inner ear. So we have the inner ear inside, and these inner ears have lot of nerve endings. So you can see all of this is actually nerve endings. So the minute the inner ears receive these vibrations, it immediately carries the messages to the brain. The brain tries to break down these messages and tell us what exactly we are hearing. So you can see all of the organs are in turn connected to the brain. So we think, hear, feel everything with the brain. Then we have the next sense organ, which is the skin. Now, if you see the skin covers the entire body. Every single stretch of your body is actually covered with skin. And it is so important that it protects the insides of our body from dirt, germs, and from getting hurt. And it also contains nerve endings like every other sense organ in our body. And it is sensitive to pain, it is sensitive to pleasure, touch, heat, and cold. When somebody pinches you, you feel pain, right? So it senses pain. Whereas somebody is tickling you, you feel such intense pleasure. So that is pleasure. And then when somebody just gently touches you, you feel that they are touching you. So that is touch. You touch a hot object, you know it is hot. You touch ice, you know it is cold. All of these sensations are thanks to the nerve endings that are there in our skin. So that is why we call skin as a sense organ. Now, some parts of the skin, like the fingertips, have many nerve endings. It has a lot more nerve endings than certain other parts of our skin. That is why our fingertips are more sensitive than any other part of our skin. You try to pinch the fingertips, it pains a lot harder. You try to tickle it, it tickles a lot harder. So all of these senses are more stronger in our fingertips. So this explains all of our sense organs. So you can see the power of the brain over the rest of our body. So with this, we wrap this chapter up. Let's do a quick recap of part 2. So we spoke about the 5 different sense organs. We saw that we have our eyes with which we see. We spoke about the different regions of our eyes. Like we saw the iris, which is the colored region. We saw the pupil, which allows light to pass in. Then we saw the retina, on which the image falls. And we saw that the optic nerves carry the messages to our brain. Then we spoke about the nose and how the nose has nerve endings which take in all the smell that comes through the molecules in air, and the brain perceives these messages and tells us what we are smelling. Then we spoke about the skin and how sensitive our skin is, how many nerve endings our skin has, and we saw that our fingertips have the maximum number of nerve endings. That's why they are very sensitive. Then we spoke about the ear. We said that we are able to hear because of the ear, and we said that we have the external ear, which is funnel shaped to direct all the sound in, and we saw the middle ear has the eardrum which vibrates so that we can listen to what we are hearing, and this vibration is transmitted to the inner ear, which has lot of nerve endings that take the messages to our brain. And lastly, we spoke about the tongue. We saw that the tongue can detect 4 different tastes like sweet, salty, sour, and bitter. And we saw how all of these work together, and we have small tiny bumps called as taste buds that have nerve endings which help us in tasting. So with this, we wrap this chapter up. If you have any doubts, please just get back to us and we will definitely answer all your queries. So I leave you again with the same message as part 1. Use your brain in the right way and good luck doing so. Thank you.
Jazakallahu khairah.